What's up, bro?
Yo.
Two tired men right now. I'm so tired.
What's wrong with us?
I have an excuse to be tired, though.
I have an excuse too. I don't know.
Let's start with that. Why are you tired?
I've had some health issues this whole fucking year.
Yeah.
So I've been on antibiotics for the last 4 weeks. I don't know. I swear Korean doctors just prescribe antibiotics like kind of routinely.
Okay.
He just barely talked to me 2 weeks ago and he's like, all right, here's 3 more weeks. And I think my body started shutting down like maybe like a few days before going to Hong Kong. And when I was in Hong Kong, I was so tired the entire time. And my knees and my feet were just in so much pain. And apparently that's like a side effect of antibiotics. Your joints kind of start swelling up. And there's like a actual possibility that I might tear something. So I was like, all right, let me just chill the fuck out.
Okay.
And so yeah, I stopped taking the antibiotics like 3 days ago, but my body's still kind of coming back. But yeah.
Do you need to continue taking those?
I'm kind of... I probably
This is for your shoulder. Is it for your shoulder?
I probably don't need to. I don't know. I have like all kinds of issues right now, so I just am frustrated.
Okay.
To say the least.
One thing you did mention during that was that you were in Hong Kong, so we'll get to that. And the reason I'm tired, is because I've been training for my
Pro
fight, pro debut in 2 weeks from today.
Let's go. And you got so much love from the post.
I did, but first, the reason I'm tired is like, I've been training harder than usual.
Hey, you look slimmer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right now I'm like 60. Tomorrow morning I should be 66 kilograms.
What are you usually, like 70?
Like 70-ish, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And my fight is at 61 kilograms. So in 2 weeks, like 5 more, which is chill, whatever.
Ooh.
But anyways, like I'm training harder than usual, and also like, but I think the biggest thing is kind of just like dieting. Yeah. So I don't have like full energy I usually have like every day. Like
you're working out a lot too,
bro. Last night at like 11 p.m. I ran 10 kilometers, which is like 6 miles, and like the last mile or 2 kilometers were like sprints. So like I'm just like so tired, and like after this podcast I have to do that again. But so
is that bad for your body? Like, can your body maintain that?
The thing about boxing is like, I don't know, bro. You just like, you have to like in camp, which I'm in now, like is like fight camp or whatever. Yeah. Bro, you just put your body through hell, bro. But it just, I don't know. It makes you stronger, at least for the fight. I don't know. It just works. Like it's pretty normal.
The way I've studied and learned a lot of like nutrition, and like I've been working out pretty consistently for like 15 years. I feel like if your body doesn't have enough energy and you do weightlifting, like you literally build muscle when you're resting. Yeah. So when your body doesn't have enough energy to rest and recover, like how do you build? So
I would say I have, for one, I'm like not necessarily trying to build right now. I'm trying to like cut my weight, so it's like.
But you still got to be powerful for the fight.
Yeah, it will be fine enough, right? Okay. But also, I think I would say like I have just enough energy for training, right? But anything outside, I'm just like dead, you know? Yeah. So I'm prioritizing my training, but any extra thing I do, I don't have like the energy for it. That's why we were talking earlier, and like, I don't know if I was talking about like the KBS thing or whatever, but I was like, bro, I don't have the energy to like text or call people. Like I'm just like, look, like if we miss opportunity, we miss it. Like I just don't have the energy. But anyways, yeah,
but it would be cool if you can get that coming through, because you'd be able to showcase your entire build up to your pro fight. Yeah. So let's try to manifest that.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'll touch on first is kind of my boxing stuff. So. Yeah, in 2 weeks I have my pro debut, and that will be in Daegu. And that weekend, it's on a Sunday, April 12th. And so April 11th and April 12th, there's a festival, a sports festival, right? So they have like Miss Korea tournament, boxing, kickboxing, arm wrestling, dog sports show, like a runway show. Like there's a lot going on that weekend. So I'm really excited to fight during that weekend. I think it'll just be like a lot of like energy and just like-minded people around. Because honestly, I wanted my debut to be in Seoul. So a lot of my friends actually won't go because it's outside of town. Daegu is maybe like 3 hours from Seoul. But but it'll be fun either way, right? And I think some of my close friends will be there. So I'm training for that, which has been really nice, bro. Like, I've been needing an excuse to like actually get in like shape, you know, and that's what I'm doing right now. Like, it feels pretty good, like
Heck yeah.
getting back in shape and like just feeling like a fighter again, you know, because like I've been training with some well-established pro boxers in Korea, and you know, just locked in, like thinking every day about fighting, and yeah, I just really feel like a full-fledged boxer right now, you know, and leading up to my debut. So it feels great. Like, I feel like I have my, like, this is what I did before I came to Korea, like for a year, like 4 years or so, or not that long actually, maybe.
Well, outside of
years,
engineering.
yeah, 2 or 3 years. Like, I was just like boxing, outside of engineering, just boxing, and I've had a lot of difficulty in Korea, like focusing on that. Partly because I needed a break, but also I just like didn't have like that goal in place to really like lock in. Because even this year, when the year started, I was initially planning on fighting in January or February, so I was like already like locked in, but both those fights fell through, so I just like went back to like partying and just like bullshitting, you know, eating bullshit, like not training hard. So it feels good. Like, I'm totally locked in right now. And one thing you did mention was I posted a reel on my so people use trial reels, but I usually don't, but I just randomly as hell, like, it was like a Wednesday at like 8 a.m. I just, for no reason, posted like a trial reel that was, it said
for the English audience, because you usually post in Korean.
Exactly. Everything I post on Instagram is like English or Korean captions, and for a Korean audience. So my followers before this reel was like 95% from Korea, like Koreans, right? And my audience on my reels is all Koreans. Like, the most viral reel I have is almost 4 million views, and 97% is Koreans, South Koreans. Yeah. No, that one has some women though. That one has some women. It was hugging the sandbag.
Oh yeah, of course.
So this reel, the thing about trial reels is they don't show them to your followers, and it kind of pushes it to a different audience.
Yep.
But in my experience, I've made a few, but they get like no traction at all. Like not even like maybe 1,000 views. That's it, right? So I just posted this one. Like, it was kind of like a trendy thing that I've seen before. That was like or maybe I only saw one post like this, but it was like, the caption was, I started boxing at 25 and now I'm preparing for my debut at 30. And the trendy part is like, people ask for like growth, right? So when I posted this reel, I had 2,300-ish followers. And like I said, all like Koreans, which that was my target audience. So I was really happy about that. So I posted this reel and I was like, give me the 3,000. I was like, it's not gonna happen, right? Like, because my trial reels have never had success.
Yep.
And the thing, this reel just like, I can't even say it took off, because it doesn't even have like
that
a lot of views.
No.
Because the trial reels for me, they just grow really slowly. But it was just like, the engagement was crazy. Like, so this reel got pushed out to primarily an American audience. And so everything was in English, and I just felt so comfortable like reading the comments. Like, there was no like nuance I didn't understand about. Like, it made me like reflect so much.
You didn't have to send to me and be like, hey, is he talking shit?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it made me really reflect on like how I've been trying to make content like for Koreans and about Korean things. But yeah, like, dude, it just took off. Like, within the first day, maybe it had like, I think like 30 or 40,000 views, which is not like crazy, but like the views to follower ratio was insane. Like, I have maybe had like 500 followers in a day.
But it was
like
perfect for it, you know? Like, I think people want to see a story. People want to see, like, a journey. And you gave them exactly what people are looking for. You showed them who you are, what you want, what you're doing.
Exactly.
And, of course, people want to follow in on that if they're interested in something like that.
Yeah, so the audience, from what I can tell, is, like, pretty much boxers or people who just, like, started, like, recent. Like, I got a lot of comments that were like, oh, I just started, like, I'm 28 and I just started boxing. I'm 31 and I just started boxing, or like I just started this and that, like, or like I've been thinking about it and you motivated me. And also like pro fighters, like legit pro fighters have also like commented. And like the funniest thing was this like basketball player like in America. He was like a famous like high school basketball player, but famous just because like he would dribble so much and like.
I remember that hype phase because it was him and that other like Asian dude that was like It was like his name was like Gio or something. Okay. All they would do was just spam dribble moves.
Yeah, he would just spam dribble moves. He was like famous when he was in high school. And he like followed me, and like I looked at him, and he's like, hey, he followed me. I was like, what the hell? And he like liked it and followed me, and it's because I think he does like there's like a influencer celebrity boxing scene in America, and he's like a part of that now. So I think he kind of resonated with like someone getting into boxing, starting
doing
late,
something different. Yeah.
But like the engagement was insane, bro. There was one guy who like took it like crazy. He was like, bro, like, you're not that good. Like, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get destroyed if you fight. Like, I had 60 amateur fights, and like I fought someone with 90, and like I lost, and I was like, dang, like what the heck? Like, usually if someone in Korean commented that, I would like send it to Mo, like, yo, what do I say? Like, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't, but dude, everyone just like attacked this guy, like, yo, shut the fuck up, like. Don't project your shit on him.
No,
like,
straight
you're like, this guy's like 0-3 with getting knocked out twice. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, why are you trying to project on this guy, right? Like, you got immediately shit on. He even like changed his whole tune. So, like, it was like amazing feedback. And to date, I have like maybe gotten like
3,800 or something like that.
Yeah, now I have like 3,000, almost 3,800 followers. So they killed the goal I put.
Amazing.
I'm like, I should have put 10K. Dang. But like, the outreach has been like amazing, like the engagement, and it only has like 110,000 views right now.
And it even reached one of your high school friends or something, right?
Oh yeah. One of the guys commented, because I was looking at all the comments and like replying to everything, because it really like resonated with me, right? And we've talked before about making content and how it resonates, and this was just like the perfect thing, bro. But one of the comments, someone left it, and I saw the name. I was like, I kind of recognize this. So I looked on the page. And I was like, this kid was from. So I went to 2 high schools in America until I was 16, like in my sophomore year, halfway through, was a high school in Atlanta. And then I went to high school. I finished in Ohio and went to college in Ohio. And this guy was from my high school in Atlanta.
Oh.
So I have not seen or talked to him or thought about him in 10 years.
Since you were 16.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like 15 years almost, right?
Yeah.
And he like saw that reel and like commented, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." I was like,
"No, the world's tiny, dude."
Because especially because I don't post for an American audience, so it was the first time I did that, and so now my followers is almost split between Korean and American, and I was talking to you about
dual subtitles now.
I might have to, but I was talking to you about it, and one thing I want to do moving forward with my boxing career is I want to after my debut, I want to start reaching out to brands in America and kind of promote them in Korea, right? So I felt like, now I see I have a opportunity to build both an American audience and a Korean audience, which is something I wanted, but I was prioritizing the Korean audience, but it just like naturally kind of came together.
Well, why limit it that? People liked your sweatpants, so you could also do Korean brands to America too.
That's also what I want to do. So I'm like, I feel like I'm focusing on my debut. It's in 2 weeks. I need to do well. A lot of people are like looking forward to it. They want to see this journey. So I'm also thinking about what content I can post along the way too, to just like, I want to engage with that community, right?
Do more vlog style stuff, and obviously I'm gonna come, so I can try to get you the night before, and then like that morning.
Well, that's why I asked you if you want to come with me.
Oh, that morning. Bro, I don't want to get on a train at 6 a.m.
Me neither. I'm gonna be dead. So Mo's gonna come with me to support me and take a train at 6 a.m.
Saturday night.
But yeah, so I'm gonna make more content about it, and I think like from this, bro, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I've had a lot of frustrations about my debut opportunity in Korea, but everything's just like tying together, like especially with that reel, like it just all making sense.
It all works out as it should.
Yeah. So sure. I'm like really happy to have my debut. I'm preparing really hard, and I mean, I still have like, I need every bit of the 2 weeks I have left, to make weight and feel fully prepared. But I have a lot of support behind me, and yeah, I'm just excited for it, honestly. That's how I feel right now. And like, I'm just totally locked in. Like, that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's been good. So that's my boxing stuff right now. Happy. And I guess the other thing we wanted to touch on, which was big, is you went to Hong Kong for a week.
And I guess we can kind of transition, because like you want to do something more global because like Korea and America.
Yeah.
And honestly, I went to Hong Kong like we were talking about because when my friends invited me.
Don't just say. Can you tell more?
No, but obviously I'm gonna continue. Okay. Yeah. So my friends invited me to kind of meet some creatives there. They had some interesting things going on in Hong Kong. Last weekend was ComplexCon, which is like a giant convention center for a lot of street fashion brands. And there were some Korean and other artists that were performing later in the evenings. And also, since so many people are in town, I think there were a lot of after parties and things that were happening throughout that week and that weekend. So I decided to go to Hong Kong for the weekend. I needed a break away from Korea for a little bit as well. And yeah, it was very much needed. I really enjoyed taking some time away from Korea. Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool because Hong Kong, I feel like, especially Hong Kong, because it's such a global place, especially like within... Like, I feel like everyone in China that wants to kind of play in, like, a global market kind of ends up in Hong Kong. And that's definitely what I felt. A lot of the people, I feel like every other person I met in Hong Kong is either doing something in terms of art or they're doing something global. Like, some guys had a clothing brand that's London and then Hong Kong based. Or, like, this other guy that we're friends with is doing a brand in LA and then Hong Kong, you know? And ever since we started kind of working on this Unmapped Seoul thing, thinking about the collective community and my own journey as well, I kind of left corporate because I wanted to try to figure out something more creative because I wanted to play in a little bit more of a global market, you know, since I grew up in America, lived in Australia, have family here and now friends here. But I want to live in Europe next, so I want to try to kind of bring every single part of that in. I don't want to kind of... I know I'm going to feel left out in people's lives, but I know that I struggle and feel bored if I stay in one place for a little bit long. And if I'm able to figure out a way to work in multiple different areas, like the people that I met in Hong Kong do, I think that's like such an ideal kind of place for me to approach. And yeah, that's what I got a lot of inspiration from when I was in Hong Kong. So yeah, it was super cool.
One thing
thank you, Kat and Kin. They were awesome taking care of me.
Who's Kin?
The photographer for the TNC Cats magazine.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they were
and who's
superstars.
Kat? Who's Kat?
Kat is our friend's manager, and she does a magazine.
So I wanted to ask, you mentioned on a previous episode that you're someone who's lived a lot of different lives, especially even in different locations. So when you're around these people who are working globally and in different places, do you feel like more connected with them?
I think there's such a...
Like they can understand you better or you can understand them better?
I definitely think so. You know, I think there's a certain kind of personality that comes out when you don't really belong somewhere. You know? This also came out in a book I'm currently reading. It's like Greek Lessons by Hangang. But, you know, I think how we think is largely determined by the language we speak. And me growing up fully bilingual, Korean and English, I know that I think sometimes in Korean and sometimes in English. This is another conversation I was about to bring up. But, you know, I was actually noticing the other day that I kind of think in English in first person, whereas in Korean, I kind of think in third person. This is like so random, but I just thought about it. But, you know, like there's people that feel like they don't really belong anywhere. And I've kind of felt that way, you know. I've always felt like I was welcome everywhere. People loved me and wanted to bring me in. But like, you know, in Korea, I hated that I was Korean and I didn't really feel like I fit in here because I lived in America from when I was like 5 to 10. So I already had that background in me. So when I tried to grow up in Korea, that didn't work out. When I moved back to America, people thought I was fully American, but I still had like 10 years of living experience in Korea, and I've seen how different it is in Korea. So I never fully felt like I could be one of them in America. And also my passport says otherwise. And then when I moved to Australia and lived there for 7 years, you know, like everyone's different there, and obviously I felt different too. So, you know, like as much as they were welcoming and loving, I always felt like I was different. And, you know, this is something we touched up maybe last year on one of our podcasts, but, you know, identity is such a big thing. And when you feel like you never really belong somewhere, I think you start developing something different. And a lot of people that play in like that global market, like the people in Hong Kong, I'm sure have something like that. I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
I
know you're tired.
You didn't catch that. I tried
so hard. Your mouth was
I tried so hard to hold back a yawn. But no, it's actually because of the temperature of the room.
Oh, of course.
No, seriously. It's cold in here, is it not?
No, it's not. But continue.
You're not. Okay, sorry. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I think honestly, like, when I reflect on when I first came...
What? Do we have to cut all of this?
Okay. I think when I first came to Korea, I really didn't understand the magnitude. I did not understand the magnitude of moving to a new country and how that would...
Why do you have the giggles all of a sudden? Step out of it.
Just don't look. I'm looking at the camera.
I'm looking at the camera too.
Jeez, okay. I didn't understand the magnitude of like how it would change me coming to Korea just as a person in my... how it would change me coming to Korea just as a person in my identity. And the longer I was here, the further disconnected in a way I felt from my life that I had in America and just things I was doing, which was good because I was figuring out how I can stay in Korea and the things I'll do here. And I feel like now I'm in a place where I have a lot of like perspective things coming up, and I'm really excited. Like I have a very clear vision and focus of who I want to be and what I want to become and being here in Korea. And I think like one thing that recently, like as you talked about these people from Hong Kong and some that I've met and just things I've heard from you and hearing from you now, I do feel like that space of people who kind of work internationally, different locations, like that's kind of like somewhere I could see myself like thriving in my own way. So yeah, I look forward to. I feel like I have like a direction in a way, just in my own life, and just it's something I was really searching for while I've been here. The longer I've been here, right? So and even I don't know if I talked about this with my boxing thing, but I've been talking with KBS to do like a program they have about foreigners and how they adjust to life in Korea. And so the last few days I've been talking with one of the writers through text, and she's asking like a lot of detailed questions about my life, and talking with her it made me reflect on a lot of things too. So I feel like this moment for me now is just like a lot of exciting things going on, but a lot of reflection, and I think this year has just been already like pretty great, and I think there's gonna be like a lot of crazy things to come.
For sure.
A lot of I would say like not fulfillment, but just like understanding of myself and just like my future here.
For sure. I mean, one of the comments you replied to that really resonated with me was one of the guys was like, so what's your goal here? Are you trying to be like a global champion? And you're like, hey, I'm just here in Korea. I had the opportunity to go pro debut, and like now I have the opportunity to fight. All I'm focusing on is my next fight, and I think that's what I'm focusing on too. I think there's been so many times in my life where I felt hopeless and kind of lost, and I think that's usually because I kept looking way too far ahead. And I think when we try to focus on our next step, I think that's when the rest of the steps kind of open up as we go. But it's so hard for many people to do that. It doesn't come natural to me, at least. And I like that you applied it in that way, and it really kind of resonated.
Did you read all the comments?
Oh, not all of it.
Yeah, okay. So actually, speaking on that, my Korean friend who lives in Australia, her Korean name is Ayan, but actually I gave her an English name that she like really loves and she's like running with it. It's Iris. is her English name. So she actually sent me something today. She's posting these reels on Instagram about her, like she's she's doing graduate school right now in Australia. So she's studying about like being like a like exchange student, foreign exchange student, I guess. She's posting some content on Instagram, so she was asking me to like read through something. And I think she mentioned in her script about how she studied abroad in Czech Republic when she was in university in Korea, and then while she was there, she applied for an internship in Australia, right? So she ended up getting that internship, going to Australia, and then now deciding to go to graduate school in Australia. So like, and she also mentioned in her script, like, you know, she makes these decisions, like these at the time kind of like just choices, right? These small choices that snowball into like big life events, right? And that's something you can't predict. So when you're talking about like trying to look like in the future, right? Like, I also was someone who did that, and I feel like corporate kind of ties you to that, right? It's like 401k, sure. Like family, like you're gonna be here for however long, like we're gonna have these long-term projects, whatever, right? Yeah, all these things, right? And like now that I'm not in that space anymore, like I feel like my life has just opened up so much more, and I also saw that from her perspective too, right? She's like, yeah, like, and the way she worded it was perfect. Like it's like you make these small decisions, and it can just impact your life. Like you don't know how, like you can't predict it, right? So it's. Like you said, when that guy commented, like, what are you trying to do there or whatever? I'm like, bro, like, even if I told you, like, a long-term plan for me in Korea, in 2 months, it'd be different because something else would come up, like, because that's how I'm living these days, right?
And I think that's the best way to live. And even if you were to say everything to him, he's going to lack perspective anyways, so he wouldn't even understand. But, yeah, I think that like making decisions based on your present moment, kind of being very truthful to your intuition, I think is definitely going to serve you really nicely. And like we talked about, you know, like if that pro boxing, you know, we don't know what it's going to turn into, you know, like that could turn into you owning like a boxing clothing brand, or like obviously we've been speaking about events and doing things around boxing, and people want to be more fit and active, so it doesn't have to be fully chasing global champion, you know? Like,
definitely not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So also wanted to just touch more on like Hong Kong, like, so what did you like, 'cause that's actually something we haven't fully talked about yet. It's like this is the first time I saw you since you've been there.
Yep.
So yeah, what were you doing? Like, take me through your days, I guess, kind of, and
honestly,
like ComplexCon itself, because I haven't seen, the only footage I've seen of ComplexCon is like videos of J Park, Long Shot, and Tarzan rapping, and then Jenny shaking ass. That's really it. Like, so I don't really. I've been to ComplexCon in Dallas, Texas, actually.
Oh no way.
But yeah, I just want to hear more about how. I'm guessing that was like the focal point of everything while you were there. But I just want to hear like how these different events were, like what was going on, and like I don't know. Just tell me about it.
Well, honestly, I kind of went as a breather from Korea, to be fully honest with you. But the friends that did invite me were primarily working in ComplexCon. That wasn't Yan. And also the day before and the day before that, they had some parties planned, so I just kind of followed them to those parties. I kind of realized again that I kind of hate clubbing and parties. Were they like really? But I really tried to network a little bit more. Yeah, it was parties.
Okay.
Yeah.
People were getting like turned.
Yeah, they were getting turned, having a good time. And since I don't really drink anymore, I was just like, you know, like I think partying is a lot more fun when you're drinking.
Yes, of course.
It's just not fun when you're not drinking. Yeah. So I was struggling a little bit, but people were so welcoming and nice. Like I felt really, really comfortable with a select few people, so it was really nice to connect with them and learn about what they're doing and the kind of projects they're working on, kind of goals they're going after. And yeah, that was basically I literally just did my own thing during the day, and then in the evenings I just kind of went to parties, except for Sunday basically. So Sunday in the afternoon, Kat invited me to her studio they had borrowed as like a group. and that was super cool. Got to DJ there a little bit, and kind of just say that I've DJed in 5 countries now, just for funsies.
Wow.
Just for funsies. I don't want to be a DJ, but just for funsies. But yeah, it was super fun to kind of play there, hang out with the people that were coming by. And then we went to ComplexCon, and since they're all kind of staff and media and working around the event, I kind of got a pass and went in with them.
Okay.
But yeah, I walked around a little bit, but fully transparent. Like, I'm not really that into street fashion as much. Like, you know, I tried to be because we were there, and Cat's party was also like street icon themed, so I didn't have any streetwear, so I literally had to look for pants. Yeah, so I got these pants.
I was like, oh, those are
I've never seen them before. Yeah. Okay. So I picked these up for streetwear, you know, and I looked around the stalls a little bit, but you know, I think they're a little too much in my personal taste, and since I'm also kind of in between jobs, I didn't want to spend money on clothing anyway.
So ComplexCon was a lot of stalls like selling streetwear and stuff. Really, pretty much it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, just stalls for streetwear. I mean, the friend I went with is like a jewelry brand, so they had a stall there. But yeah, it was kind of cool. The people there were super interesting. I think one thing that did come up to me is, you know, I think maybe it's like a characteristic of the Chinese or people from Hong Kong, but I think they were very straightforward and like very interested in money and very straightforward about that. And you know, like I don't know. I've been feeling weird about it for the last like little bit, especially leaving corporate and trying to do my own thing. So it was an interesting perspective to kind of catch, but I think it was a good influence overall for sure. If that makes sense.
I don't know, but was everyone? What do you explain? What do you mean about the money thing?
I don't know if you know this.
Like flexing,
it's like a stereotype. No, I mean a little bit of flexing, but I think there's like a stereotype that Chinese people are very like obsessed with money. Have you ever?
Not really.
Okay, then I don't know if there's a point going into it.
Like superficial in a way?
No, they're just really interested in business opportunities and money. I mean, Americans are the same way, but I think they're direct in a different way.
Like, were people talking to you, like, just trying to talk about, like, different business opportunities or what?
Well,
how did that come?
I guess talking amongst each other about different business opportunities and how much money they're making and what they're doing and how much their friends are making and...
Okay, I see.
You know, like... Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Was mostly everyone you're meeting at these parties and also at ComplexCon, are these like creatives? Pretty much everyone?
I would say they are for the most part. Like obviously different kind of creatives, like creative directors or photographers or people that own brands or work for brands, or designers, models, rappers, DJs, etc.
Was there anyone there you met that you were like, oh, that's cool to meet this person or anything? Or saw?
I don't know. I just don't care about celebrities that much. Oh, I guess I did go up to Lupe and said, I really liked your music since the Kick Push days. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, because like we were sitting in the back room where there was literally like 4 people total.
Yeah.
And going up to him, I didn't want to invade his space too much, so I literally just walked up to him, shook his hand, loved your music since the Kick Push days, backed off, just did my own thing. So that was pretty cool. I just don't care about celebrities too much, but like you saw from the videos I sent you, like I was like this far away from a lot of the other celebrities that were there, and that was pretty interesting.
Do you remember their names?
I'm not gonna name drop. Okay. Oh yeah, so there was a lot of that kind of name dropping and stuff really? Like that too. Like I don't know. I think that kind of comes with the territory too. Yeah. People wanting to feel important by proximity.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I get that. Okay. So is there? I guess. Did you know we've been in some creative scenes in Seoul, and after being in Hong Kong for almost exclusively creative scenes. Was there any difference or like when we talk about community, right? Is there anything like you saw in Hong Kong that you would like wish was something that was in Seoul that you haven't seen, or like anything that you want to like bring into like Unmapped Seoul that you kind of picked
That's
up on?
super cool you mentioned it. I think the biggest thing I felt was how much more welcoming they were to everyone. I don't know if it's because of who was around and them maybe thinking that since I came all the way from Korea. But, I think Hong Kong, from what I heard in general, is like a more collaborative space among creatives and creators. And a lot of them, basically all of them, know each other, work with each other. And I think in Korea, there's too many people, or there's this kind of gatekeeping aspect. I mean, we've talked about this a lot, but I think, like it's the truth, like no matter where you go, who you know matters. But I think in Korea, I think they really try to gate that a little harder and try to prevent other people from coming in. Whereas when I was over there, it seemed like they were so much more willing to collaborate and bring other people in and kind of work with each other and bring other people's strengths out, which is definitely something that I kind of want to kind of push here. And also the fact that they're all trying to do more global things, like I said, other than, I think Korea, maybe it's the regulations. There's so many bullshit regulations, and there's also so many other bullshit. But, people kind of focus on just being in Korea, which is fully understand why they would do that. But, we're not living in 1900s anymore. Like, we have to be doing stuff globally. And I think Korea could open up a little bit more. I think there are people that do that, but like I said, maybe a little too gatekeepy. And I don't think that necessarily keeps the skill up to date. Like honestly, if anything, I think it makes it, like I'm bored.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know what I mean.
What do you mean you're bored?
Of the music and just stuff that comes out from Korea. I feel like
I see.
I feel like it's literally all the same people on every show, every song. Yeah. Like, there's no variety to it, in my opinion. Maybe I don't take in enough. I definitely don't. But, I think it just, when you gatekeep something a little too hard, it's just not that interesting anymore. I was gonna talk about something I didn't even listen to, but anyways, I probably shouldn't.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, sounds good. Like, I'm excited to see like what's next, right? Like, I think after my debut, I kind of want to like focus on some boxing business opportunities I have, like events. I think we really want to like start doing events, right? That's kind of like, especially after my debut, that's kind of like my focus, I think, for like the summer. Like definitely get like some kind of event.
Something like exciting, something people can look forward to, something that's different. I think everyone talks about different, but people are yearning for something different. And if we do events, I think we can give that to them. Yeah.
And we're talking, someone will bring on the pod later, but we're working with someone now who wants to do an event that would be pretty different here, I think. At some point we'll get on the podcast, but we'll talk about that later because people are trying to steal that idea already. So, all right, cool. I mean, I think that's a pretty good catch up. Like, I don't know if there's much else to touch on right now.
Yeah, we were both dead today, but we decided we want to try to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, Mo was 15 minutes late.
So. As always. I'm sorry, it's my ADHD.
What? All right.
But anyways.
But yeah, staying consistent for y'all, even though it'll be probably 2 weeks till we post between episodes. But yeah,